Welcome to Straits Talk by Straits Interactive, a podcast where we talk about the values, risks, and constraints of data protection, data governance, and generative AI. I'm Grace Chng, a tech writer and host of this podcast, and with me today is Alvin Toh, co-founder of Straits Interactive. Now, a lot of talk has been going on about generative AI. It can do this, it can do that. But what has your experience been in your personal life? How has it helped you?
Well, it's multiplied my time, as it were. Because firstly, we, as a company, we do training, consulting, and software. We process a lot of information, and we have to be up to speed on a lot of things. So using AI has really improved the ability to consume a lot more information and get it summarized.
Yeah.
In fact, I was just showing a colleagues watching videos, for example, right? Now I don't watch videos all the way through because I can get it summarized, a 2-hour video, in 20 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And then I decide whether I want to watch it.
Okay.
Right? So again, it saves me time because I don't have to scrub through everything, right? And for us, that has been a tremendous boon between our colleagues as well when we work, because we can get the right parts or more interesting parts of content so that we can just discuss on those portions. Yeah.
Okay, I must learn that trick from you. But let's talk about what 2023 is. 2023 has all been about ChatGPT. So lots of firms have invested or experimented with generative AI. What new forms will it take in 2024?
If you talk from business perspective, okay, I'll take it from two angles, right? One is, what does it in new form in terms of 2024 in taking on board in business? ChatGPT has made its inroads into, simple usages by staff, whether sanctioned by a company or not, right?
Okay.
They're doing summaries. But there are many companies who have invested heavily into this AI platform, and they have put in their own knowledge, this stack of books. If an AI can actually read all this thing, and you can get, okay, can you tell me a summary of this thing? I need this query, for example, customer service and all that, and speak perfect English. That helps because now it's able to not just a generic ChatGPT. It has been trained on your knowledge.
Right.
So this is something we call retrieval augmented generation.
Okay.
Right. Then next thing is that if you actually have very specialist knowledge, people go a bit further. Not only this knowledge, they fine-tune it to speak in a certain way and a certain style of that particular profession. And then the last part is the prompt engineering. Right. Many people use ChatGPT right now, maybe a bit more simplistic. Prompt engineering, if you're somebody who actually does it very well, the prompts are quite long.
Yeah.
To keep it accurate, to keep it on point, and basically give you what you want, because that thing is just like a generalist. You want to transform it to a specialist, which is where the next generation or iteration we're seeing in corporation are these fine-tuned, enhanced AI models.
So what about text? So we've talked about text, but what about images and voice? Will there be multimodality in the large language models?
Fantastic. I think the last 6 months, you saw multimodality come to mainstream. In fact, I recently showed a class where, how many times have you gone to a presentation, maybe you're distracted, somebody did a slide, you didn't quite understand what it said, but you just took a picture. Yeah. And most of us have a lot of snapshots. Yeah. I say, okay, now take that picture, put it into Bard, and you explain the slide, including the graphs and all that, where it came from, what is the graph all about.
Okay. So,
it has image recognition. And I'm about to show another bunch of people that based on video footage, I can ask for a part that say, can you show me the part where this ball dropped into a hole, like the golf ball, with this particular branding, let's say Nike. You'll find it for me, There's nobody talking, okay? It recognizes the video and the context that it's a golf ball. So you see, this thing is transforming so fast that if you know how to use it, you actually literally can generate a lot of content very, very quickly based even on your banks of data from years ago.
So OpenAI recently announced that they're going to release GPTs, small GPTs that people can use, or companies can use for themselves, right? Will it open up this marketplace for people to do this kind of multimodal or their own Gen AI projects?
It's a good question. And in fact, I was very surprised. This thing was only about 3 weeks ago. And we already have 20,000 GPTs, as it were, right?
Okay.
And so OpenAI literally empowered people, for those who don't know, empower people to write what they call GPTs, customized chat GPTs, using your own prompts. Potentially also can query a couple of files, right? Because they realized that people wanted a more specialized GPT based on the knowledge they have or certain things that they can query. Let's say, for example, somebody who say, okay, I want coaching, life coaching, or somebody wants to actually talk about cooking. So they create these mini GPTs like that, right? And maybe upload some recipes. What does it mean for corporations? We are going to see people wanting this kind of assistance, specialized assistance, called ChatGPT generic, and then making a business out of it. And that's what we did. We launched something called 𝘕𝘩𝘅𝘢. We invested, and the 𝘕𝘩𝘅𝘢 allows a couple of things. We have created assistance for people to use it. For example, a CV analyzer for HR, for example, a blog writer, and something, a PR generator. We can do that, special functions. Then we are teaching people how to create their own. You know how long it takes? 1 hour.
Oh.
Right? So it's no longer IT project takes months. To do this, if you know the prompt engineering in the platform, it can be done in hours. Your own customized GPTs or AI assistants.
So once you are able to do your own GPTs, I'll be worried, will I accidentally put my personal information there and have it leaked into the rest of the world? Or other people, other companies who may just, take information and then just spread it around the world. What are the governance issues here?
You have rightly hit that on the head, right? People are doing these GPTs, they said the knowledge they upload.
Yeah.
Some of it is copyrighted. We tried it, we upload the textbook, okay? Obviously copyrighted, and we put it into the GPT, and there's no warning, right? We can brand it, say, okay, based on this author's work, you can query against it. So, and then you can charge for it. Well, there's copyright, right?
Yep.
So while OpenAI say they have copy shield, it doesn't protect you from you uploading copyright materials that you have no right to. They're only protecting you using the base model. Some people misunderstand that. So for us, our 𝘕𝘩𝘅𝘢 model, when you upload a thing, you actually have to declare whether, to your DPO, whoever, that this thing is okay. So you talk about governance. There are 6 principles of ethical principles that you have to consider, right? Obviously, IP rights is copyright on those. Transparency, accountability, right? Safety of the model, okay? Then, of course, the biases and inclusiveness of the data. So you probably need to have a trained person in the area of course, knowing what AI is, but also for a committee who can ask the right and tough questions about this.
Right.
Yeah. So we think the governance needs a multi-stakeholder thing. It's not a one-person job.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Alvin, for sharing your thoughts on what 2024 will mean for all of us when we use generative AI. So I would say multimodal. So your generative AI or ChatGPT will suddenly be able to do text, video, and audio. Be careful though, it may just impersonate you. But, you need to take measures to do that. And it always have a person in the loop to ensure that we are all safe. Thank you, Alvin. And you can listen to Straits Talk anywhere you listen to your podcast.